Bonjour and welcome to a new unboxing video. And today I've got something special which took a while to get sorted, because the first part of it was released like about 5 months ago, and the second part was just released. So, and I needed the two parts to actually do it. And basically Super7, people who do ReAction, had the license for Buzz Lightyear, the Buzz Lightyear movie, and they decided to do the Buzz Lightyear movie action figures in ReAction, you know, retro style. And they decided to do something fun, which was also something very retro, so that goes with the territory, which was an early bird set. So I don't know if you know what an early bird set, but the most famous one is Star Wars. Basically, when they released the first Star Wars action figures, they didn't have any stock. They needed to have something to sell for Christmas, so they literally sold empty envelopes, promising that people would get action figures later. So that's what an early bird set is. So for Buzz Lightyear, basically Super7 decided to do an early bird set. So we're going to discover that, and then of course I will show you the figures. But so a few months ago, people who pre-ordered the early bird set were releasing this big envelope. I'm just checking that I'm not forgetting inside. So you had this big envelope, and inside was this in tissue paper. So basically you were receiving this, which is the Lightyear Star Command official documents by Intergalactic Courier. So attention, early enlisted space ranger recruit, this envelope contains important time sensitive materials, do not destroy. So that is actually quite fun. So we need to open this. So there is a little tab to pull, and we're going to discover together, because I've had that for quite a few months, but I didn't open it because I wanted to keep it to receive with the action figures are here, just in case you wonder if it's really worth it. So we're going to discover. I think it's such a fun idea. It's a shame that the movie didn't do that well, and because I think it's actually a nice little movie. But as a result, because all the merchandising was also quite late, the merchandising didn't do that great either. So inside you do have this beautiful envelope saying Buzz Lightyear Star Command Early Enlistment Recruit envelope, includes early enlistment certificate, Galactic ReAction figure display stand, Star Command recruit card, Star Command decal sheet, Star Command 3 inches embroidered patch. So that is the front of the envelope, and that is the back. The back is showing all 4 figures from the action from the first wave: Buzz Lightyear, Alicia Hawthorne, Mo Morrison, and of course Sock the cat. And you do have a little thing about Pixar and Super7 releasing something. So we're going to open this. I think it's very nicely done. I mean, I happen to like the movie, but I think it's a very nicely done little thing. So inside this, what do we get? Right, I've got everything in the envelope. So inside this, we actually have something kind of fun, which is very much like what you would find in an early bird set. So the first thing you get is this lovely patch. So it is a proper embroidered patch from Lightyear. Very, very, very cool little patch. We do like a patch. Then you do have the early enlistment certificate, which proves that you actually pre-ordered the stuff. And then you've got all those lovely stickers. I think they're really great. Very much, I mean, I love the colors. There's something very retro about it all, which I absolutely adore. And last but not least, we do have the Star Command recruit card, which also doubles as a little diorama. It's exactly, I mean, if you know about the Star Wars Early Bird, it is exactly the same thing. So you do have, I'm not going to basically, if you fold all this, you can use the a certificate as a stand for a diorama for your figures, and of course you do have the certificate right here. So that's basically the content of the Early Bird set, which I'm going to put back in the envelope because I wouldn't want to damage it by mistake. And then that was the first thing. The second thing is what we just received, which is basically the Star Command official shipment via intergalactic courier. So they do use the same thing as the if you remember, the first envelope was very much in the same style. So we do have this little box, and this little box contains the new action figures. So we're going to try and open it. I think it's one of those boxes that you need to have a degree in engineering to be able to open, because you need to open it backwards, if it makes any sense. So inside of this first box, we do have another box, which is the Early Enlistment Recruit Bundle from Lightyear. And basically it does say that it contains 4 ReAction figures with action figure stands, Buzz Lightyear, Alicia Hawthorne, Mo Morrison, and socks. So you actually slide up this part of the box. It's really a very nicely done little thing. You do have the property of the Space Ranger recruit, so it's like a little folder, and inside you've got the action figure. So the first thing I can get is basically you've got the stands. So there is a box of 4 little stands for ReAction figure, which is very nice, and launch sequence initiated. I mean, that's very, very, very cool the way they've done this. Those are not for sale. If you buy just the action figures, you can't get this pack apparently. And then we do have the 4 action figures, socks, the cat. Oh, I'm very sorry. I'm not going to take them out of the box because they are actually for a friend of mine, so he wouldn't like me to open them. So we do have socks. It's a very cool little figure of socks, and basically that's the back of the the pack. Then we do have Mo Morrison. So Mo Morrison, as you can see, he's got a oh, very sorry, a gun and a helmet, whereas Socks had a computer. And then you do have, of course, Buzz Lightyear to infinity and beyond. He doesn't appear to have any accessory. No, he doesn't have an accessory, but once again, it's very cool figure. And then the last one is Alicia Hawthorne, and she comes with the gun. It looks like more like a taser or something like that. So here you go. That's a very, very fun set, I think. So very cool. You can't, I don't think you can still get the Early Bird, because I mean, that's an Early Bird is, well, it is supposed to be an Early Bird, so you can only get it if you pre-order stuff. You can still get the figures though. The figures are still available other than in an early bird set. But that's very cool. I think it's very nice, and it all goes back neatly in the little box. I think it's a very cool set. It's really brilliant. So the action figures are available, of course, on Super7's website and through some retailers. But this little early bird set is really, really very cool. So here you go. I thought I would show you something a bit fun. For a change. Well, everything that I show you is fun, but something a bit different. And I think that the early bird, I'm just showing you the early bird envelope as well. I think that this is such a cool thing. It's such a retro thing. I wish more companies would do early birds actually. So, but here you go. That's all for today, but I will speak to you very soon. Bye.